Texas, and DKR, home of the Texas Longhorns. As we'll see a squad from the Big 12, the Baylor Bears, taking on the #1 team in the land, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports, I'm Reese Davis, Jesse Palmer, and David Pollack with me. Guys, can't wait to get this started. The Longhorns will kick it away first. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this. Their own 25. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. On the ground, it's Washington. Gets it across the 30 to the 31, a pickup of 5.
Defense, man, you got to go low, and you got to chop that tree down, right? Go with the legs, take the legs out from underneath them so he can't continue to churn those puppies out and get extra yards after contact like he did there.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Grab behind the line, it's Wilson. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, give the defense credit on that one because they knew coming into this one that they were going to try to get this receiver the ball in a variety of ways. They were ready for the screen there. They create a negative play.
Trying to make third down impossible here. Back to pass, it's Robertson. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
Catch in the middle, it's Cameron. And he's brought down after a nice game.
QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. He had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, first down.
And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. You have to find a way to create some hesitation on defense when you're selling the draw play. They just didn't do it well enough there.
Yeah, it's got to be the offensive line and the quarterback and the running back. They all have to work together to show pass set up front, act like it's a throw for the quarterback, not rush it when the defense really not fooled. Got in the backfield, got the tackle for a loss.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Stuffed on back-to-back plays. He got nothing, and now they're looking at 3rd and long.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
The last 2 runs went headlong into a brick wall. Now 3rd and 10. Off the RPO, fire right, trying to convert. He gets it to the 38-yard line, and they'll pick up a fresh set of downs.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback, finding his open receiver on 3rd down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is 3rd down conversion percentage. If you're a great 3rd down team, it's invaluable to your offensive success. That's why teams drill 3rd down so much in practice.
He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15.
It's important on offense to get the tight ends involved in the passing game. These are big fellas that can run. This guy's a big target, so nice job on that play.
And the Bears getting set on 1st and 10. Give to the back. And how about the work up front by that big defensive line?
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
Here comes 2nd down, and this crowd is turning it up a notch. Makes the catch. Brought down after the catch at the 4-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal.
Man, that play takes some protection. If you're going to stick it in the belly and that wide receiver is going to run down the field that far, I need some good protection, and I need my lineman not to go downfield. Nice job by the quarterback making the right read, being patient, throwing that strike.
Fighting for the end zone, and he dropped it. Oh, the offense lucky to fall on that loose football.
Woo. Deep breath, right? Man, you fumble that thing, you cough it up, you're like, oh, I really appreciate you, brother. I can't tell you how much I thank you because the coaches would have been all over me, but big-time break for the offense.
The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied, and the timeout is gone. These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. Go straight ahead. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Baylor!
We know a lot of offenses like to script their opening 10 plays going into games. They practice it over and over and over again throughout the week, and you just saw flawless execution on the opening drive by the offense. A nice job mixing in pass and run, getting different guys involved here early. They cap it off with a nice run late, but what a great job to take control of this game. And the offense, they've got it moving now.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Hold it, finds his man on the left. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
And the Longhorns in a good spot here with 2nd and short. The run from the shotgun. And he'll move his way forward to the first down. They'll mark it at the 35.
Love the push by the offensive line on that RPO play. Look how they just work the single teams and the double teams. You see linemen chipping off of their guys and climbing into the second level and getting a hat on the linebacker. That's why those types of plays are successful.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Pressure is on the way, and the pressure has arrived, and down he goes at the 30.
These are the plays as a defense that mean so much for so many reasons. Getting in the backfield, obviously getting the sack, so putting him a little bit behind the sticks, but also hitting that quarterback, making him think. That goes a long way in disrupting the quarterback's rhythm.
And the Longhorns with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. To throw, it's Manning. Makes the grab over the middle. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
Lining up, trying to convert this 3rd and short from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. It's caught. Doesn't quite make it to the first down marker. He's a yard short.
I mean, good news here, they get the completion. Bad news, though, not enough to pick up the first down. The target there, he's got to do a better job understanding where the first down marker is, make sure he gets the right depth on his route. Now, all of a sudden, head coach has a big decision to make.
They told us they were going to be aggressive no matter where they were on the field. Didn't take long to prove it. Going for it on 4th down in their first drive. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Well, here's a classic sudden change situation early in the game. And we're going to see a few of these as the game goes on. But with the defense getting that stop on 4th down in their opponent territory, the offense now has an opportunity to come out here and maybe take a shot in this sudden change situation, see if they can catch the defense napping.
Baylor has it back, and here comes the Bear offense. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Finds his man. It's Cameron.
I love offenses and quarterbacks that are willing to take the easy stuff. Take those easy throws that are guaranteed to get positive yards. Yeah, I'm going to take big shots down the field too. But don't forget, it's easier to pick up 2nd and 5, 3rd and 5 than it is when we start getting those long yardage situations.
Grab behind the line. It's Cameron. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Yeah, nice job by the defense. That's what you're supposed to do. As soon as they catch the football, you want to limit that yards after the catch. He went nowhere after the catch. Nice job by the D.
Horns up and ready to hook them. Serious noise on 3rd down in DKR. On the option. They thought they could just run it on 3rd and short, but this defense was there to make the stop. It's 4th down, and they can make the field goal from here, but it looks as if they're going to leave the offense out there. Incomplete, and that'll be a turnover on downs.
You know, Offensively in that situation, fourth down, you're throwing for it. Everything has to go right, or someone just needs to be able to make a play to keep the drive alive. They couldn't get it done, and now the offense is coming off the field.
They'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. He's going to take off. He's brought down, but not before he turned that into a positive play and picked up a few on the run. The Longhorns come to the line in the hurry-up.
And if I'm a QB, I'm calling my own number a lot, especially when it's successful like this. Continue to put me in good situations, continue to get positive chunks of yards. Yep, I'll keep that more.
Fires into traffic, intercepted. Got room on the return. And he's going to take it all the way back. Touchdown, Bears! Look, I know it's only the second quarter, but we're starting to see a pretty significant gap develop between these two teams right now.
No doubt. When your defense is scoring, your offense is scoring, good things happening for your ball club. This defense on point, reading their scouting report, making big plays.
The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside the 10, here he comes. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Here's the handoff. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
Offenses, when they run these RPOs, they just want to be comfortable. The quarterback wants to make the read very easy, very clean. It's your job as a defense to kind of create some confusion, speed up that process any way you can.
The Longhorns can really attack on this 2nd and short. Wide receiver going in motion. Off the bootleg and rolling out. Looking left. It's complete. There he goes. Steps out at the 34-yard line. Big pickup on that one in this offense within striking distance.
I know this isn't the start the offense wanted. They don't have any points so far in this game, but sometimes it just takes one explosive play to turn things around. And after that beautiful completion deep for the offense, that should give them a little confidence, a little momentum. They've now got us to be able to score points on this drive.
Got it in the middle, it's Moore. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down.
And as a quarterback, when you're throwing these slant routes against man coverage, location is so important. You want to put the football in a place that your receiver can catch the ball and continue advancing. So nice job by that QB, putting the football right on the face mask of his wide receiver.
Running into the open space. They get him on the ground, but not before he rumbles all the way to the 5. The Longhorns want to crank the tempo. A first down run in the red zone. He pushes his way down to the floor as they get closer and closer. Second and goal for the offense. Motion from the wide receiver. Going for 6. Touchdown, Texas! The offense puts up 6 for that trip to the end zone. Big time touchdown there to get some much needed momentum.
You got to find something, right? Who you going to go to make that big play to get you back into it? You're not back in it yet. It's not tied. You're not there yet, but you're starting to inch back into it and get some momentum going.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. The ball squirts through the end zone. That'll be a touchback. They'll bring it out to the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Using his legs, it's Washington. These little gains can start to add up as he gets it up to the 34. The Bears with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Keeps it on the draw. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact.
Man, the evolution of the quarterback position. Basically, you should call them running backs who throw the ball really well now.
And, guys, you know the other thing that happens here is that sets up the next play because you've sort of left the defensive line gassed trying to run down the quarterback.
Oh, you got to be in shape, chasing him around all day on design runs, on scrambles, and, you know, it's just, and the +1 advantage you get by having that guy. It's so hard to defend.
This offense will snap it from the 42 on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, they'll run it. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And the quickest way to blow up the run game is those interior big boys, those defensive tackles getting in the backfield really quickly and making that ball hurt.
Man, that D tackle was in the backfield in a hurry. The big man is nimble.
Nimble, fast, quick, athletic. That's just all words you describe defensive linemen.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Gets the back moving. Looking downfield, it's Robertson. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
You're not going to see that happen too often. The quarterback, man, he was licking his chops. He saw a big space in the middle of the field. He had his best receiver there ready to make a play, and he dropped it.
To do it himself on the draw. They stop him short and we'll have a big 4th down coming. And the Bears send out the punt unit. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Punt is in the air on 4th down. And it looks as if this one's going to carry into the end zone for a touchback. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. By the QB. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. And the Longhorns moving quickly to the line. Second down, he'll throw it. Just a short pass to the tight end. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
And the offense showing off the short passing game, moving the sticks. Nice job, and look at them. They're right on the football, ready to capitalize on this momentum.
Down to 2 minutes to play. We'll take the timeout. They'll talk it over, a chance to tie or even take the lead before the break. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Back to pass, it's Manning. That's caught. It's Baxter. He'll go out of bounds at the 38-yard line as this offense patiently tries to work the ball out of its own end. They'll go up top on 2nd and short. Caught in the backfield, it's Baxter. And the Longhorns get enough for the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Wants to throw on first down. Here's the pressure. Just flying through the air like a superhero to make the grab. The Longhorns come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Makes the grab. It's Wingo. Oh, he's got some space. They make the stop, and he'll have enough yardage for a first down. Pass completion, move the sticks, and let's see if they try it again. Someone moved a little early, and the offense will go backward. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Line gets set, first down. Looking to throw, it's Manning. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Swings it out to the back. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. Sometimes it's not about a fancy play design. It's about just getting him the ball and letting him play.
Especially nowadays with running backs being so good out of the backfield. You know they're going to catch it, and there's so many ways to use them. But exactly, get it to him, let him break tackles, let him make plays. Easy decision.
He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line and a big red zone opportunity here. They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. The Longhorns are stopped, but not before getting it past the sticks. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. The Longhorns back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. And the Longhorns had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. Wants to go up top on first down. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. Looking to pass. It's Manning. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. Using his legs, keeping his eyes downfield. Pass is broken up, incomplete as they were trying to strike for 6.
On that third down, they took a shot in the end zone, just couldn't connect. QB and receiver not on the same page, and now it's decision time if you're the head coach on 4th.
It's good. Easy call for the ref. That'll bring him to within 4. That late in the half field goal always gives you a little boost going to the locker room, and they'll need to finish off these final few seconds and not allow them to answer. It bounds through the back of the end zone. It'll be a touchback. They'll come out and take a knee, and that should send us to halftime. As expected, they're content to run out the clock and go into halftime. That's going to wrap it up here in the first half. Stay tuned. Second half not too far away. He'll put total leather and get this second half started. He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Dropping back, it's Manning. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
This defense has a lot of speed, especially in the secondary, and you saw that speed. That defender got to that receiver so quick, and because of the hit, incomplete pass.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. They'll move the wide receiver. Grabbed in the middle. It's Wingo. Ernie on the Jets. Moves it out to the 34-yard line. A nice 15-yard gain on that one.
Offenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize. So you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Complete downfield. He gets it to the 31-yard line. A big play for this offense.
Really good job hauling that pass in. You know, I know Texas is a place a lot of people think about great DBs, and they've had a lot of really good running backs, too. I think the receiver position is one, though, that they want to build a legacy around. This guy right here, he's really stepping up in this game today, and he's the guy that Longhorn fans, they need to keep their eyes on for years to come.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Shoots it to the left. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the knee.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open, and that's why that one fell incomplete.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Trying to escape and get it himself. They make the stop, but what a job on the scramble to get loose and pick up that first down. To the ground with the back. Not a lot there. Picks up 1 inside the 20 to the 19.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You've got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line.
And, you know, when we talk about great third down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on 1st and 2nd down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up 3rd and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that 2nd down by this defense.
And the Longhorns come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. Motion from the wideout. Off the RPO, quick throw to the right. Touchdown, Longhorns! And with that one, they jump on top here in the second half. They'll try to add another to their lead.
It's so nice to have guys out wide that you just trust that you can feed the football. This guy will do the rest, will cross that goal line, will take care of you, make you look like a genius. That's that kind of guy right there.
That ball skips through the end zone. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. It's a seam wide open. The 20. Ripping off a huge chunk of yardage, and he's got it just outside the 10 at the 11. They say it's still a game of field possession, and that last one just flipped this baby. They've got it 1st and 10 in the red zone. He leaves it with the back. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Baylor!
This offense is so explosive, they can change the scoreboard in a flash. You just saw that on that drive.
And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point lead. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. They start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. They'll leave it with him. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
Offense tries to go RPO and hand off to the running back, but how about the defense up front? They're just too stout. They're not getting moved anywhere. They're able to make a big-time play.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Keep it on the ground. Not much there. Picks up a couple to the 22. The Longhorns racing to the line in the hurry-up. Wide receiver comes in motion. Picked off. What a play to set him up. Looking for more room. Touchdown, Bears! How about this defense taking one back to the house? The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, then thought, don't get caught, and he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too, now. Look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play, but defense, great job making the interception, and you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back.
On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Running back searching for a hole. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind, but listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
And this offense is desperate to keep this drive alive, trailing by multiple possessions, and it's getting late. To the air, it's Manning. Grabs it in the middle. He'll make a play on third down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32. The Longhorns come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Out of the backfield, he's open. They'll get him on the ground at the 46, and it'll be a first down. The Longhorns look to keep this drive humming.
And it's frustrating as a defense when you give up that first down and you give up that pass play. But here we go with this offense. They're right back on the ball. You got to flush that. You got to get lined up, and you got to communicate.
Pressure coming. Unloads it left. Makes the grab. He'll work his way down to the 28. Another big gain on the catch here. Big target out there like a Roy Williams was back in the day.
No doubt. And find your guys, find your matchups. And listen, when you're at Texas, you recruit at a high level. You usually get better dudes than you're playing against. Find those guys, let them make plays for you.
The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. Offense has it at the 28 on first down. Sends it back in motion. Wants to throw it. Gets it out fast. Oh, there might have been trouble if they hadn't knocked him down so quickly. And the Longhorns want to move quickly. Wide receiver going in motion. The play action fake. Fires to the wideout. It's caught downfield. Touchdown, Texas! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
You know, quarterbacks and receivers, they develop confidence and chemistry as the game goes on. These two right now are definitely on the same page.
They'll try to get the 2-point conversion here and make it a 3-point game. Motion from the wide receiver. To the air. It's Manning. He's got it. 2-point conversion is good, and now they're within a field goal.
And that's a sneaky big 2-point conversion right there by this offense. Like, cutting the lead now. They're only down by 3. I think this is big because you put some game pressure now on the other side of the football. This offense now knows they have to come out here, score some points, or this could get interesting.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Grabbed over the middle. It's Cameron. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
One of the nice things about RPOs is that it's a slow developing mesh between the QB and running back, and that allows these receivers time to get vertically downfield and work their routes. You saw it right there on that play.
Starting this drive like that is exactly what they'd hoped for. Now 1st and 10 from the 40. They'll run it from the gun. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And, man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man. How about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground? That is a ball.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? Looking to fire. Extending the play. And this one's not working. He'll just throw it away.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
And they'll get off one more play before the end of the quarter. Scanning the field, it's Robertson. They go to the wide receiver screen. And they get him on the ground, and that'll probably do it for the third quarter. The Bears will line up to punt it away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Plays that one perfectly. Exceptional accuracy on the punt. They'll snap this one to start the drive from their own 22. The RPO, it's complete.
Man, this is really good complimentary football so far. Like, you're down in the fourth quarter. Your defense has to get a stop. They get it, and I love the first play. We continue the momentum. Nice play on first down. Got to put this drive together. Got to get some points.
And the Longhorns with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Running to the left. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down.
And I think that's what you want to see from this offense down the stretch. Like, can you physically dominate the game? You've got the lead. Now run the football, eat clock, continue to feed your dude.
They'll put it in play from the 41 on first down. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Time to take a shot. Got it inside the 10. Gets it inside the 5. Down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal.
And how about the big strike down the field? I love when offenses take shots down the field, try to make big plays. Now they're set up in the red zone.
So now the opportunity with a touchdown to take the lead. This quarterback part of their running game. Grinding and churning close to the goal line, but he'll be stopped inches short.
As a defensive guy now, you're always zoomed in on the quarterback. I mean, these guys, whether they're throwing the football or running it, at least they have the football in their hands every time. You know where they're going to be. You focus in. The defense locked and loaded, understand what they were trying to accomplish, doing a good job getting to the quarterback, and then make those physical hits count. Finish those tackles with aggressive hits. Make that quarterback feel you for a whole length of the game.
Touchdown, Longhorns! And they've moved out front here in the fourth.
And this is a running back, guys, that gets better as the game goes on. Here we are late in this one, and he's still breaking off big runs. Impressive, making people miss, showing you the speed. And that touchdown gives his team the lead.
He spun that wheel of fortune by challenging the call, and it does not go his way, and he loses the timeout. And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the fourth. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. From the gun, the give, looking for room. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Looking for a man, it's Robertson. Bringing the heat. Wide open downfield. Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense.
And I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Got 3 on first down at 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. Got a man, it's Prentice. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Screen pass just not working there. And you figure at this point of the game, trailing, you're going to have to be more aggressive and take some shots. You usually run screen passes when you think there's going to be a blitz, but because the defense has the lead, they're just sitting back and playing big zones.
Completion to the left, looking for the first down. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
The give to the back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Great team defense on that run play. Everybody doing their job. People winning their one-on-ones, D linemen staying in their gaps, linebackers and DBs filling. You just can't do it better.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Looking to throw, it's Robertson. Throws to the wideout. He's got it. Guided out of bounds at the 22. A good play for this offense as they are threatening to score.
I really like the slot receiver, and I understand he's not the biggest guy in the world, but he just runs really good routes, and he's always under control. He can run option routes. He can run double moves. He does a great job cutting, and he's dangerous after the catch. Nice weapon to have working the middle of the field.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Stuck with a running game on first down. Now here they come again. He'll ride his man on the option. Gives it on the option. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Really good job by this defense, understanding responsibility football, playing the first option, playing the second option. There was absolutely... know where to go. Nice job being dialed in exactly where the ball was going and how to get him to the ground.
Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is looking for a play to close this deal out. Horns up and ready to hook them. Serious noise on third down in DKR. Looking for a man. It's Robertson. Starting to feel a little pressure. Intercepted deep in his own end.
That might be the nail in the coffin, fellas. This offense, they're trying to get back in the game. They're having to be aggressive. You're now going to have to start taking chances. An errant throw ends up in the hands of the defense, and I think that's all she wrote.
Looking to throw on first down. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
He'll try to do it himself. Nifty little scamper on this one, enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
That's a really nice play on second down. I love the quarterback's read. I love that he kept it. Good offensive coordinators across college football, they have no problem repeating the same play over and over again if it's successful.
The give as they work on that clock. Turning it on! Solid work and execution there. They'll have a first down as they mark it at the 40.
That's got to be demoralizing if you're the defense. You're trailing. You need to get the ball back. You got to get off the field, but you can't stop the run when they're going between the tackles. This defense is going to have to get a lot more physical, especially in the middle.
There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that legacy.
Really impressed by the poise by the winning team as well here. They weren't overhyped in this game. They came out, they looked prepared, they were calm, definitely confident. David, they were able to go out and execute well enough to get this win.
And it's hard in these rivalry games with all the emotions running so deep. Like, you sometimes get overzealous. Sometimes you get too many penalties. It's hard to rein in your emotions, but they did. They kept it in check, and now bragging rights for a whole year.
That will put the wrap on things from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis. You've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.